Hello yoga friends, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Jessica and this is the 31-day yoga challenge where we do 20 minutes of yoga a day for 31 days. Today is day 12 and today's theme is dance. This practice will be culminating in dancer pose, but I know that dancing evokes a sense of freedom and joy in moving my body. And so that's really what I want you to try to find today in your practice, is a sense of just joy and freedom in this movement. We won't be needing any props today, and as always, there is a free Spotify playlist linked down below. I'm updating daily if you care to listen to some tunes while you practice. So without further ado, let's go ahead and lay down on our backs, beginning in supine butterfly. So bringing feet together, knees wide. You can adjust your heels as far or as close to the groin as you'd like. You can also place blocks or props underneath your knees if this is uncomfortable for you. And we can bring our hands to the belly or heart, or maybe just arms resting out to the sides. Let's go ahead and flutter the eyes closed or find a soft gaze. Coming into the present moment and finding an even breath in and out through the nostrils. We'll begin our practice by setting an intention. Anything that comes to mind is wonderful. And if nothing comes to mind, you can always use this one. I am deserving of my dreams. I am deserving of my dreams. And whatever intention you chose for yourself today, begin to inhale that beautiful energy from that intention in through the nose, deep into the belly. And open the mouth. Sigh. Exhale out anything extra that you may have brought onto your mat today. Taking that one more time, inhaling through the nose, deep into the belly. And open the mouth. Sigh. Exhale out anything extra. Returning to that even breath, knowing you can always come back to your intention throughout practice and perhaps throughout the rest of your day today. We'll take one more full round of breath here in our butterfly. And then very gently, maybe with the aid of our hands, we're going to keep our knees bent and bring our soles of the feet flat on the floor. Bringing arms out to a T, let's begin to find some windshield wipers with the knees from side to side. Making sure we're still maintaining that even breath. And then bringing knees back up to center. We're going to inhale that right leg up in the air. Maybe grab behind that right thigh and or calf. Making sure you're not pulling the leg back, but just placing the hands there. And we're going to inhale, bend through that right knee. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. And exhale, straighten. Staying here for one round of breath. And then on your next exhale, allow that right knee to bend and place that right sole of the foot back down on the earth as you inhale that left leg up to the sky, placing those hands behind that leg. And inhale, bend the left knee. Exhale, straighten. Inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. And one last time, inhale, bend. Exhale, straighten. Staying here for one round of breath. And then exhaling that left sole of the foot down onto the earth. Let's inhale both knees into the chest. Maybe grabbing behind the thighs, crossing the ankles. Option to just roll to one side and sit up, or roll up the spine 3 or 4 times. And we're going to come to a seated position here. Straightening our legs out in front of us, flexing the feet. We're just going to work through the feet here a little bit. So from these flexed feet, we're going to exhale, press down through the feet, eventually to a point. But first, you want to hit this beautiful posture, almost like you're standing on the balls of your feet, and then point at the very end. And then we'll just do the reverse of that. Inhale to the balls of the feet, and then to the flex. So let's do that with the breath. Exhale, point. Inhale, flex. Exhale, point. Inhale, flex. And we'll do that one more time. To the point. And then inhale, flex. Beautiful work. We can just windshield wiper those feet, releasing all that. And then we'll find a tabletop position with knees directly under hips, wrists directly under shoulders. We're going to exhale, walk those palms forward to the front of the mat, melting the heart down, placing the forehead or chin on the mat for puppy pose. Let's stay here for 3 rounds of breath. And on your next inhale, let's walk those palms back up into a tabletop and begin some hip circles here. Your choice, you can also add some head rolls. You can take this as big or as small as your body wants right now. And then we're going to reverse the other way. Just working through those hips and spine. Just letting go here. And then coming back into a neutral tabletop. We'll flex those feet, walk the palms slightly out, and press those hips up and back. Maybe pedaling through the feet here, generously bending the knees, making sure the feet are hip width distance or wider, shoulders down and back, neck nice and released, eyes of the elbows pointed towards the front of the mat, and all 10 fingers spread wide. We'll stay here 2 more rounds of breath, maybe finding some organic movement. And on your next inhale, let's rise up to the balls of the feet. Step, hopper, flip forward. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up the spine 1 vertebrae at a time to Tadasana, mountain pose, keeping those arms by your sides, palms facing towards the front of the mat. From here, we're going to test our balance by inhaling up to the balls of our feet, making sure we're activating through that core here, just testing the balance and being okay if we have wiggles or wobbles, and then exhaling, heels back down to the mat. Let's inhale those arms overhead, and once again, let's rise up to the balls of the feet here. Taking 1 more round of breath, focusing on 1 point on the wall or drishti. And then next, exhale, lowering those heels down to the mat. Inhaling, looking up to the sky, maybe taking a little back bend. And exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms, step, hopper, flip back, flow as you so choose, and I'll meet you in downward facing dog. Next inhale, we're going to inhale that right leg up in the air. Exhale, open that hip by bringing that right heel towards the left glute, making sure shoulders are squared. An option to exhale, open to flip the dog, bringing that right foot outside of the mat and reaching that right arm towards the front of the mat. If you did flip your dog, next inhale, let's come back to three-legged dog. And then we're all going to exhale that right foot between the hands at the front of the mat. Inhaling up to high crescent. Let's shift all 10 toes towards the left side of the mat here. We're going to turn the feet slightly out so that the toes are pointed towards the corners of the mat, making sure the knees are pointed the same way as the toes. Let's exhale, sit down into goddess pose, bending both knees here. And from here, we're going to inhale, reach up into star. And then exhale, bend down into goddess. Inhale, star pose, stretching through the arms and legs. And exhale, goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. And one more time, inhale, star. And exhale, goddess. Let's stay here for 2 rounds of breath, creating a little fire in that lower body. And next inhale, let's stand up into that star pose, imagining a beautiful starry sky. And then shift all 10 toes towards the front of the mat for high crescent. Inhale those palms to the mat, lifting that left leg up in the air for standing split. Making sure the left knee and the toes are pointed towards the mat here. One more round of breath. And then next exhale, release that left foot to the front of the mat in a forward fold here. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's roll up the spine here all the way to that standing position. Keeping the arms down by the sides for right now. We're going to shift the weight on the right leg, kicking that left heel towards the left glute and grabbing the inside of the left foot or the left ankle with the left hand, extending right arm overhead. This is a perfectly beautiful posture to stay in. But if you'd like to move into dancer, on your next exhale, press that left foot against the hand, bringing that right arm towards the front of the mat. Making sure that the knee and the hip is aligned here on the left side. We'll stay here for one more round of breath, rooting through all 4 corners of the right foot. And then next exhale, if you are in dancer, release back in to that quad stretch. And then let's exhale that left foot down, shake it out. Beautiful work. Coming back into Tadasana, mountain pose, inhaling arms overhead. And exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms, step hop, or float back, flow as you so choose. And I'll meet you in downward facing dog. One more round of breath here. And next inhale, let's inhale that left leg up this time, and exhale, open that hip. An option to flip the dog. Bringing that left arm towards the front of the mat. And making sure that right wrist is underneath that right shoulder here. If you did flip your dog, on your next inhale, let's come to three-legged dog. And then everyone, let's exhale that left foot in between the palms at the front of the mat. Inhaling arms overhead to high crescent and shift all 10 toes towards the right side of the mat. Coming in to goddess, turning out the feet, making sure knees and toes are pointed in the same direction. Let's exhale, sit down into goddess. Bringing palms on the thighs this time. We're going to inhale here and exhale, right shoulder into the center. Inhale, back up. Exhale, left shoulder. Inhale, back to center. And one more time on each side. Exhale, right shoulder. Inhale, center. Exhale, left shoulder. Inhale, center. And then next inhale, we're going to straighten through both knees and reaching arms overhead for that beautiful star pose. And then shift all 10 toes towards the front of the mat in high crescent. And then inhale, place those palms on the mat. Lift that right leg up in the air for standing split. One more round of breath here. Making sure you're not locking through that left knee. Keep a micro bend in it. And then next, exhale that right foot down to the mat in a forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up the spine, coming into Tadasana, mountain pose. Keeping arms down by the sides for right now. We're going to shift the weight onto the left leg this time, kicking that right heel towards the right glute and grabbing on the inside of that right ankle, extending left arm overhead. If you're moving into dancer, we're going to exhale, push that right foot into that hand, coming into dancer. Just one more round of breath here. And next, exhale, lower back into that quad stretch. And then we're all going to release that right foot down to the mat, shaking it out. Coming back into Tadasana, mountain pose. And inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, plant the palms. Let's just step back into tabletop. And then find our way into a straddle pose, facing one side of the mat here, bringing legs out nice and wide. And it's okay if this feels comfortable, or maybe you bring them a little bit wider. We're going to flex the feet, sitting up nice and tall here. And next, exhale, we're going to walk the hands out, folding forward, making sure that the knees and the toes are pointed towards the ceiling. If they do begin to come in, just come out of your fold just a little bit. This is a beautiful hip opener here. Remember to only go to the edge of sensation, not past that. And if anything begins to feel too uncomfortable, just come out of the position. And we'll stay here for 3 more rounds of breath. And on your next inhale, maybe using your palms, pressing into the earth, let's walk back up to a seated position and very gently close those legs, and let's find our way down onto our backs. Placing the soles of the feet onto the ground, bending through the knees, let's bring the arms out to a T once more and find those windshield wipers. Once more. Going as quickly or as slowly as you like here. We're going to do this for 3 more rounds of breath, maybe noticing if this feels any different than it did at the beginning of class. And then on your next inhale, bringing those knees back up to center. We're going to exhale here and then inhale, knees into the chest for 1 round of breath. And then on your next exhale, we'll release into our Shavasana for the day. Letting everything go. Adjusting any clothing or hair that might be in the way, fluttering the eyes closed if they're not there already, finding your even breath once more, and scanning the body for any tension to exhale, allowing yourself to stop being a human doing and just be a human being. I will let you know when it's time to come out of your Shavasana, but for now, simply rest. And you are welcome to stay in your Shavasana for as long as you'd like. But if you'd like to close out class with me, begin to bring awareness back to your breath. Introducing some movement into your body, maybe by wiggling your fingers and toes, rolling through the wrists and ankles, maybe taking a good morning stretch by stretching your arms overhead or bringing your knees into the chest. Finding any organic movement to wake the body back up. And then very gently rolling onto one side for a fetal position, using your bottom arm as a pillow, keeping your knees bent. And on your next inhale, gently pressing your way up into Sukhasana, easy pose, maybe keeping your eyes closed or in a soft gaze, bringing hands to heart center. I want to thank you for coming to practice with me today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. We'll close our class with the sound of Om, inhaling through the nose, deep into the belly. Om. And bringing thumbs to third eye, may the light and love in me recognize and honor the light and love in you. Namaste.